Are we on?
Pretty
Okay.
soon.
Good.
We're live on Facebook.
Live on Facebook. Hi, everybody on Facebook. All right, we're live on Facebook. The Martin County Difference.
The views and opinions
Coming
on
on
this
the radio
program are not
next.
necessarily those of WSTU Digital 1450. The opinions expressed are those of the program host and guests. WSTU does not endorse products that may be mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU. It's time now for the Martin County Difference with your host, Datsun Realtor Julie.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Martin County Difference on the radio and in real estate. I'm Julia Sansevier, your host, and I am a realtor with Coldwell Banker here on the Treasure Coast. And we're coming to you live from beautiful downtown Stuart, Florida, from WSTU 1450 AM on your dial, live streaming on WSTUtv.com, and of course, Facebook Live at its own page. And it's Wednesday, March 28th, 2018.
Wow.
Racing through the month.
Yeah, Easter's almost here.
I'm telling you, happy Easter in here for sure, and it
yeah.
will be this weekend. And I just spent good Palm Sunday in Texas with my mom, as you know.
How's Mom doing?
Well, you know, getting old ain't for sissies.
Yeah.
And she's 91.
Yeah.
She's no sissy, but it is not an easy...
It's not a fun ride
No,
sometimes.
it's a bumpy ride.
Yeah.
And so, God bless her. Hi, Mom, if you're looking. Usually she's napping around this time. Or getting ready to go to bed. She sleeps a lot.
Yeah.
So it reminds me when we're babies, we sleep.
Yep.
And we need that sleep, and all our lives we need sleep. And so she's older now, and she needs her sleep.
Yeah.
So she gets a good nap in every day. Oh, there goes my computer. Yeah, right before the show, it shut down. Isn't that clever?
It's rebooting now.
It's rebooting now.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be okay by the end of the show.
Perfect. Perfect.
But we're here on the Treasure Coast, and every Wednesday I come to you live. And hello, Frank.
Hey, hi.
Frank Mezapel's our audio engineer.
So I did the trek from St. Monica's to St. Mary's. They had the Stations of the Cross that they did. That was really fun over the weekend.
Wow.
So I did that.
That sounds interesting.
Yes. Yeah.
Was it a long way?
It's maybe a half-mile walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can handle a half mile. I actually did 2 miles in this park in Huntsville, Texas is where my mom is. And she used to be, the home where she is living now is the home she was born in.
Right.
And the home, her mother was born in that home. It's a beautiful home of heritage. And it was on, gosh, acres and acres, like over 25, 35 acres, right in the center of town practically. And slowly but surely, you know, taxes and things like that encroach on your ability to keep all that land. So they did a good thing. My family gave a great portion of the land to the city of Huntsville. And now there's a park there. There's a community swimming pool. Really lovely, acres and acres of beautiful walking paths and everything like that. So, and it's right across the street from her house now, and she's on 3 acres. And so I took a walk in this one thing you can go around. If you do it 5 times, it was 2.5 miles. 2 miles I think I went to go 5 times around. Anyway, I did that, and that felt good, and it was sunny there and beautiful weather. We're having a beautiful spring here too. So, you know, and in the news, there were some other walkers this weekend on the March for Our Lives.
March, yes.
Yeah,
Student march, yes.
The student march, and other adults were doing that too. So I'm glad they
only
did.
Only 10%. The head count was only 10% was really students. Interesting.
Very interesting, yeah, because, well, it's a subject that affects us all. We all need to do better to protect our lives with the way things are in this world. I mean, you've got madmen doing all kinds of things for no other reason than sheer glee in wreaking havoc on people and causing stress amongst all of us. And so whether it's a knife or a bomb or a gun, you know, I'm so glad they caught the Austin bomber.
Yes.
And what in the heck, you know? So we just all have to be more careful, and we have to protect our children and ourselves at our churches and our schools. You know, we've hardened up all these other places. So we just have to be more vigilant. And it's sad comment on our world today that we have to take these measures, but we are where we are in the world. And so we just keep doing that. And you know, don't delete your Facebook account. The world hasn't come to an end yet, you know, with Mark Zuckerberg being in trouble for selling information. But This show is on Facebook Live, and it's for a good reason. It's good people doing good things in the community. So save your Facebook account for at least this, and I want you to like the page if you haven't already, and I want you to like the pages of the people, the guests who are coming on tonight. I have got a great show. Got two great organizations who are going to be our guests tonight. But a couple of things I like to hit on first are some other items of interest for real estate and other community news. You know, I'm very hot to trot about Starstruck.
Yes.
That's my background,
Yes.
theater.
Yes.
And the Performing Arts Center, Starstruck, is really an amazing place for our children and for our adults to enjoy our children who are so talented. And a couple of ways you can help out. They had this big give last week. And I don't know the outcome, but they're going to have a big announcement tomorrow. But there are still ways you can help them to raise money.
They have
build their
like a
permanent building.
GoFundMe type page, right?
Well, I don't know if they have that, because I think they have, but they have a
It's
couple.
fundraising page.
Well, AmazonSmile.com.
Mhm.
You can go to their website and click on
All right,
donate.
they have links,
Yeah,
yeah.
they have a link on
All right.
starstruckfl.org. They're also on their Facebook page, you know, Starstruck Performing Arts. But Culver's Cares Share Night, that's coming up Tuesday, April 3rd. So
Those
after
ice
this week
cream
and Tuesday,
people,
it's ice
right?
cream, yeah, and yummy. So I'm going to be going to that. 10% of all proceeds will be donated to Starstruck. So I want you to go there and eat to your heart's content, belly, tummy, you know, good,
Yeah.
yummy in your tummy,
Yes.
and help these kids have a permanent home. The other thing is AmazonSmile.com. If you buy and you shop on Amazon, who doesn't, right? Now you've got another way to do good and pay it forward when you purchase anything on AmazonSmile.com, and it works for Prime members and everything. You will donate through them. You name your favorite charity to receive a portion of the proceeds of what your purchase adds up to.
Mhm.
So everybody can sign up. It's real easy. It's free. So that's AmazonSmile.com. And those are the two ways I can tell you to really help. And also, of course, buy a ticket and go see a show. That's always helpful. But that just helps keep the lights on. What we're trying to do is really have a capital campaign to help them have a new
Right,
permanent
because
building.
they're a tenant there, but they want to be the owners.
Right, and they found a place to build a building, so they're excited about that, which is so awesome. And in real estate news, that's what I like to talk about because I'm a realtor. Just real quickly touch on the fact that this is a very good market for buyers and sellers right now. It's a little bit more of a seller's market right now because there's not as much inventory on the market, so buyers are having to look harder to find something that works for them. But we still have really good mortgage rates. They're still really low. So you want to invest now rather than wait because the mortgage rates could trickle up.
Right.
And then you get less house for your
Well, it
money.
went up a quarter point last week, didn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not a
Yeah.
mortgage broker, but I do know, I hear from all my mortgage broker friends that now is the time to buy
Yeah.
before it does go up any further. And I've got a few good properties for sale, a brand new listing that is gorgeous in an area called Windstone in Palm City. It is a beautiful 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, and it has an office and a 3-car garage and a pool.
Wow.
It's a Ruttenberg home. If anybody knows Florida architecture, Mr. Ruttenberg is an incredible designer, beautiful homes. So that one is available, and you can find my listings on my webpage, juliasansevier.com, or give me a call to see a listing at 772-919-1385. Also, a couple of other properties in Palm City on Dyer Point Road, and had some really good turnout at my open houses this past weekend. Got 1470 Dyer Point Road. That's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom pool home, 3.5 bath, 2-car garage, and that's right near the river. And then on a canal right off the river is 1639 Dyer Point, and that's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car garage, canal front home with a dock, $519,900. The other one's $434,900. So still very good prices out there right now for family size homes.
And you're on a little bit of real estate too.
Yes, they are. They have some good real estate, especially because being on the river, being on waterfront, they're just not making waterfront anymore. And one other waterfront listing I have, which is spectacular, is out on the Okeechobee Waterway. It's fresh water, so you can keep a boat there and not get barnacles. And it is 10075 Green Ridge Lane, and it is 5 acres. It's an equestrian estate. You can have horses, and you can have your yachts out on one side of the house and horses on the other side of the house. It's got a paddock, and it has it's got 5 bedrooms and an office, 4.5 baths, and a 3-car garage. That's just the main house, and then it has a barn with 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, beautiful 2-story apartment guest house. So you could have people there and never know they're there. Or you could have a caretaker, to take care of it. But
yeah, it sounds like you need one.
Yeah, you would need one. You would need one. Anyway, those are beautiful. That one's 1.850.
I think
So
that's
it's got-
about right. Yeah.
it's really worth it. It's spectacular, completely rebuilt and renovated. And one other thing, I know people ask me, what should I do? Should I upgrade? Should I keep it the way it is? Is somebody going to like it to do it their own way? Well, it's 50-50. But if you're contemplating doing your kitchen counters over, people get confused about quartz versus quartzite.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And
Wow.
even I went through that. So I looked it up, and an interesting article. Quartz is engineered. It's man-made.
Mm-hmm.
And that is composed mostly and roughly of 90% ground quartz, which is the actual mineral.
Right.
With the remaining 10% is a mixed cocktail of resins, that kind of thing, polymers,
Right.
pigments, and you can vary it by manufacturer. Now, quartzite is a very natural stone, and it's extracted from the earth just like marble, limestone, or soapstone are quarried. But both outperform granite in terms of hardness.
Okay,
I
so-
thought that was interesting.
yeah.
So they're very good, they're durable, they're stain resistant. At least quartz is for sure, because
Right.
it's man-made. And quartzite is a little softer, but still very hard, beautiful, and very natural looking. So that's really, really my tip of the week. And don't forget to follow the show and like the page, The Martin County Difference. And remember, it's a podcast. After the show, it goes on to YouTube at its own name, channel, The Martin County Difference, and also at on a podcast, themartincountydifference.com. And a big thanks to my sponsors tonight. I've got TC Palm Home Inspections. Hi, Gary. Hi, Terry. That's Gary and Terry Mulca. And attorney Portia B. Scott. She's local here in town. And so if you need a home inspection, I encourage you to call TC Palm Home Inspections. Their number is 772-678-8133, and check out their website at tcpalmhomeinspections.com. You can get a home inspection prior to putting your house on the market, or if you're a buyer and you need a home inspection, Gary can do it all for you. And they're here in St. Lucie, Martin, and Palm Beach counties. And he works for home buyers and sellers,
Right.
so and doing everything you need. And then Portia is great. Portia works in elder law. She's been a lawyer for quite a few years, about 15 years, I think, or more than that, but 1994. That's a longer time.
Mm.
20, yeah, 20, I can't do
20,
math.
yeah.
24 years,
Mhm.
yeah. She's a youngster. She does do all kinds of good family law for you, and she's available Monday through Thursday, 8:30 to 4. Her office is right at 921 Central Parkway. You can go in and make an appointment and see her. She's even available in the evenings. If you just give her a call at 772-287-0096, or look her up at her website, attorneystewartflorida.com. She's amazing, and former president of the Martin County Bar Association in 2003. She knows her stuff.
She does.
She does. And I want to thank them for lifting up this show, because this show lifts up the people in the community who are lifting the rest of us up. And two wonderful organizations who are on the show tonight. One is Brianna Cooper's, I always say Brianna, but I like that. Brianna Cooper's Heavenly Smiles Foundation. And also Early Learning Coalition of Indian River, Martin, and Okeechobee Counties. So having Cindy Cooper is coming in, and her daughter Brylie, and they're going to be coming in and joining us. Brylie wore her blanket. She's freezing in the studio. Come on in. Cindy can sit here next to me and pull your microphone on up, and you can sit there and huddle in your blanket.
Yep.
It is a little chilly tonight. It's not hot out in Florida, so the air conditioning makes you feel even chillier.
Right.
It really is chilly.
It really is chilly. And you
Yeah.
can put on your headphones, you can hear yourself, and then you'll know when you're talking to
And that's so
everybody.
all our electronic equipment doesn't get fried.
That's right. We do have to keep it cool in here. You know,
Yeah.
when I worked in David Letterman's show, people wore
Jackets.
jackets.
Yeah.
You
Sweaters,
had to have your down
jackets,
jacket on because it was incredibly cold. He kept it so cold in there. I think it was in the 50s.
Wow.
You know, yeah. And
I wouldn't
it
be
was
able to work like
It
that.
was ridiculous. Yeah. So you had to have your gloves and your mittens and your, everything. So anyway, talk right in. How are you?
I am well. How are
Good.
you?
Okay, let's get you up. Say it again.
Hello. How are you?
There we go. I'm great. I'm great. How's your year been going so far?
This year's been good. It's been very good. It's been trying a little bit, but we're hanging in there, and it's going to all be positive.
Well, that's the thing that makes what you do so spectacular. I'll never forget my first conversation with you, and all I was doing was crying and you were talking. So take us back, and the audience back, to what started the ball rolling for your family to start this foundation, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. September 29th of 2010, we had lost our daughter Brianna in a car accident. She was 11 years old. And this beautiful young lady sitting right next to me, Brylie.
Hi, Brylie. Say hi.
Hi. Was also in the car, and at that time she was 3.5 years old. And in the accident, Bryce had minor injuries. Brandon had broken his femur bone. Brylie actually was extracted from the vehicle, and Brianna unfortunately did not survive the car accident. And your worst nightmare coming to life. In the healing process, Martin County as a whole and other surrounding counties had been so amazing to us. We just felt like it was good to be able to give back, and we had to be able to give back. So in March of 2011, we started Brianna Cooper Heavenly Smiles. It was actually by the help of Jersey Mike's. I don't remember exactly. One of the managers, I think, on at that time was Mike, but he had said that they wanted to do something, and they helped do the big kickoff party, and that's kind of where it all began. And
They
here we are.
Yeah, and they are a wonderful outfit, and we like their sandwiches.
Yes, we do.
So that's a good way to pay it back to them, pay it forward, is to go to have Jersey Mike's, have a sandwich.
Yes,
They helped you start
yes,
this.
they really did. I mean, they were our rock back then.
I'll say so. They donated on many occasions when I've been involved in other charitable events. So I want to say thanks to Jersey Mike's. I didn't realize they had helped you start, so that really is wonderful. And so, what did you do? What was the start?
The start, actually, at that point was just between having the night of, or that evening, we celebrated Brianna's birthday, because it all happened to be on April 9th, which would have been her 12th birthday. That was the kickoff party, and that was when we started. And from that point forth, we had done a celebration of life, and then we started with the 5Ks. So the 5K and the golf are our two big events that we do each year. And this year we're actually coming up on our 7th annual Brianna Cooper Heavenly Smiles. 5K, 10K, 2K family walk.
And everybody's invited. It is a
Everybody is invited.
That's wonderful. And tell us more about it, where it will be, and how do people sign up for it, and, and anything to do with it. Yeah, that's why you're here.
Yes,
Let's get the word out. And you go to your page. I want you to like the page, Brianna Cooper's Heavenly Smiles. Please like that page.
Absolutely. That'll let you know everything that we've got going on.
Yeah.
April 7th, 2018, that's where we are. 7 a.m. is when the actual race, the horn goes off, but you can still register as early as 5:30 that morning. We are having packet pickup the night before. Actually, the race is going to be in the River Forest community out off of Canner and
96th Street.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes, that was the neighborhood that Brianna grew up in. And thus far, the number of people that we've had, which last year we had 402 sign up, and 396 went over the finish line.
Wow,
So
that's awesome.
It's a pretty big race.
It
and,
is.
You know, we have breakfast there. The Chick-fil-A cow comes out, brings chicken biscuits, and I think this year we're actually going to have some pancakes and syrup, and always the fruits and the Natalie's.
Carb loading, yeah.
Yes, carb load.
Yeah.
Got a carb load. Because, you know, there are quite a few that come out and they're just there to run. Some of them have never run a race, and others are our professional racers. You know, and they come back every single year, so we must be doing something right.
I'd say so. Well, and it's such a wonderful, heartfelt cause. You know, I find that more and more people are, or maybe I'm just tuning in more to it. There is more people wanting to do good, and there are more things happening that are for the good, and that's what this is hopefully about, is having that ripple effect and, you know, turning a negative into a positive. So
Absolutely.
that we can help you can help other families, and I'm sure you have through your foundation. Just your sheer strength and your commitment has shown the light to
Thank
others.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we've got some friends of yours on. Debbie Sechia.
Oh, Sasha.
Yep.
Yep.
Sasha.
Hello, Miss Debbie.
Yeah. She loves your faith and strength. And She loves you too, Brylie. You know who we're talking about?
That's Shane's mom. And you know Shane played baseball with Bryce.
Oh.
You know Shane.
And how's Bryce doing?
Bryce is doing great. He's driving in 16. And
Whoa.
Yes, yeah. He got his license the end of September. I made him do the driver's ed class.
Good. That's one thing you do. I want to talk about that again.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
We go to each of the local high schools, Martin County, South Fork, and Jensen Beach, once a quarter, and we talk to the kids and we share our story. And I hope that I touch everybody in the class, but if I touch one or two, I've made a difference.
Yeah, and that's it.
Making wise choices behind the wheel.
Making it, because that's what happened, is that somebody made a very unwise choice and got behind the wheel and killed your little girl.
Yes.
And it just kills me. So I'm really glad that you've taken this on, because people don't realize they're behind a weapon when they get in the car.
And in the state of Florida, they say it is. It can be considered a deadly weapon. So they get behind that car and they're texting and they're driving and they're doing things that they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And I see it every day.
Right. So whether you're imbibing in an alcoholic beverage or doing something else.
Distracted driving, just in and
Yes.
of itself.
Yes,
is
distracted
a
driving.
big problem.
It is a big problem. I mean, and goodness gracious, we have the Uber car without a driver in it.
I can't even imagine
Already
that.
killed a person, and so why would you do that? You know, it's bad enough when you have somebody behind the wheel who's not paying attention. How about having nobody behind the wheel? That seems insane.
Yeah. How about the poor guy? There was a passenger in, that wasn't an Uber. That
It was a monitor.
That was a Google car, and it was
Oh.
a monitor.
Okay.
He was a paid passenger to be there.
Oh my gosh.
So he had to sit through that accident.
Goodness.
And so, yeah, obviously he had to take some time off. Yeah.
I tell the kids, just like you mentioned with the distracted driving, just finding a radio station, that's a distraction.
Right.
Having
Just
your friends
tuning
in the
dial.
car, if you're
Right.
a young driver, and
Right.
having your friends in the car, and if they're,
Yes.
cutting up and yelling and,
Right.
that it's not safe,
Right.
and that's a decision that they have to make between them and their parents as to who's allowed in the car, how many are allowed in the car, none, until they're responsible and ready for that. It's like you said, it's a deadly weapon. It's a dangerous thing. I mean, it is a luxury to be able to get from A to B, but not if it's at risk of, harming yourself or harming someone else or even
Right.
taking a life.
Well, those are some valuable lessons that you're teaching. I mean, there's a whole list of things, which those are some of them. And this age group that you go to speak to, they're right before getting a license, or they've already gotten a license?
They have to have their permit to be in the class.
Okay.
They have to have had their driver's permit. It doesn't, and they could have just got it 2 days ago, but
Right.
they have to have their permit on hand, because when they register for it, a part of the registration asks for their driver's license number.
Okay, good.
So, and they can actually take the test. They take the class through a Treasure Coast driving school.
Okay.
They can even go and take, like Bryce did, he actually took the test. He didn't want to wait at the DMV. So he went to a Treasure Coast driving school, and John Bolin, who runs and operates, actually administered the test and administers many of the tests for the kids. And it's I just feel like it's a very good quality test that they're getting.
Yeah,
They're out there, they're on the road, they're getting an experience, they're not going behind a business or and park here, make this turn, back out. All right, stamp of approval.
Yeah.
That's not a stamp of approval if they're in a parking lot.
No, so
So.
that's good. And then how's Brandon doing?
Brandon is doing amazing. He actually just had a bone marrow test on March 12th. We got the results from that last week, and he is still considered cancer-free. Praise the Lord.
Ooh, praise the Lord. And
Yes.
you got to make that announcement here the first time last year.
And here we are
remember that
again.
show.
Yes.
Remember, we all got shivers and chills.
Sure.
It was amazing. What a nice thing to have that night.
We're hoping, I don't know how soon it will be. Typically, it's the 5-year mark, but we're hoping maybe he'll get a little bit of a break on the chemo here soon.
Oh.
So, yes. Right now, we're still on a daily chemo supply, but we're hoping that might change in the near future.
I hope so, because that's no fun, right? No. And so back to the subject at hand, you've got some other events coming up. You've got the 5K, that's April 7th.
Correct.
And then you have the golf tournament, and that comes up when?
That's in October. I
Okay.
believe that they're still working on a date, but I do believe that it's scheduled for early October.
Okay, good.
We'll have more confirmation on that soon.
And you have something else coming up, though, in May.
We do.
Talk about that.
We are doing a painting with the twist event,
Oh,
which is
fun.
going to be a lot of fun. It is open to moms, daughters, whatever. Again, it's to raise money for families in their time of need that have maybe gone through a loss or have a child that's battling cancer. Monies also helps. We are at that time of year where we have scholarships. And we offer high school scholarships to kids pursuing their next stage of education in college. And some of the monies, a portion of the monies that are raised for the run or at the run, go towards that. And we
Nice.
set aside for each year, and we try to go to each of the local high schools. And we've been doing that for quite a few years. And each of the schools usually send in anywhere from 8 to 12 applicants. Every single one of them are worth, they all deserve it, but
Oh.
unfortunately, depending upon what our
Amount of money,
funds are
right,
available
right.
is, how our selection goes.
Right.
So we have that coming up in April. We have scholarship nights for the high schools, which is a very rewarding evening. So the monies
Absolutely.
that we raise at the Painting with a Twist are
Yeah.
going to go towards that. That is May 20th.
May 20th,
From
right.
2 to 5.
Okay.
That event, you can sign up at the Painting with a Twist website.
Okay.
They have set up
Okay.
there.
And I noticed that is on your Facebook page, though. You can go to the event
Yes.
and at least find out about
Yes.
it, and then go to their page. And,
Yes.
And like the Painting with a Twist page, and like Brianna Cooper's Heavenly Smiles page.
All that good stuff.
All that good stuff. And you have a website too.
We do, www.bcoopersmiles.com.
Right.
And one other thing with the Painting with a Twist, I think the picture that most people will see when they open the page to be able to register for it is the beautiful, I think, seashore with the word love and the sand dollar.
There it is. I saw it.
There
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
beautiful.
That actually is either going to be the word love or the word hope.
Oh.
So they can pick which word they want to.
I see. The painting, because
Yes.
that's what Painting with a Twist is, which is a lot of fun. My office did that. I had to miss it. And they give you a certain scene to paint or
Yes.
something. Yeah.
That was a tough one. We had a hard time. My friend Shannon and I were sitting there trying to pick the picture that you'd hope that everybody would really
Yeah.
want to paint,
Right.
because everybody has their own
Right.
ideas.
Well, it's a sand dollar for the O.
Yes, for the
gorgeous,
O,
because
so they
it's
can
so
either
sweet.
do hope or love.
love.
I'm thinking I might be doing hope.
And very nice,
So.
and with the sand and the water.
And are you going to go, Brylie?
Yeah.
Do you like to paint? Are you a watercolorist or an
It's
oil?
radio. You have to talk. Nodding your head won't work.
Yeah,
So you have to say yes, very affirmative.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you like to do, art-wise? I'm here. What
I
is
don't
it?
know.
Oh, come
Sure
on.
you do. You like to paint?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you do clay? Do you do, what's this? Your mom's doing a mime of
Slime.
slime. Okay, miming slime.
Miming.
You can make slime, right? They have-
Oh, that's what she does.
She likes to make it.
She likes to make the
That's
slime.
quite a recipe, I understand.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We have to go out, we have to have glue, and we have to have Bosch and Lum eye drops or something, wash. Or
Oh.
what else do we have to have?
Food coloring.
Food coloring,
Oh, yeah. Coloring.
alcohol,
You gotta
all
have
kinds of
food.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, remind us of the dates and how people find out about it. The 5K, 10K family run, family walk, right?
Family fun walk, yes.
Family fun walk. Yeah, good. Because I'm good at walking.
Yeah.
I did 2 miles this weekend.
See, you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
it then.
So,
I could
yeah,
do
you're already
this.
primed, yeah.
Yeah. And that is going to be, where out at Forest?
April 7th.
April 7th.
At River Forest
River
Community, the River Forest Community. The address is actually 9050 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Right.
So it's right at the clubhouse, and you can't miss it when you come in because they'll have people directing traffic
Yeah,
and
good.
helping you park.
Easy to find.
Yes.
And then the course is just all around there? Kind of?
Yes, they set up the course in the morning. They're usually out there at like 4 o'clock in the morning setting
Woo!
up the course.
Ooh.
And start line and finish line are at the clubhouse.
Okay.
We have quite a few different people that are going to be out there. Boundless Gymnastics is bringing some mats for the kids. Home Depot actually is a part of A Touch of Truck.
Which is next on the show.
So they weren't able to come physically, but we have the kids workshop
Oh, nice.
activities for the kids to be able to do. So
Okay.
it's a lot of fun. There's food, there's music, there's awards.
Oh my gosh, it's
Yes.
a great family day. So don't miss that. That's next Saturday.
That's next Saturday.
Yeah, the weekend after Easter. So you guys have a happy Easter.
Thank you. You
and
as well.
thank you so much for coming in. And we're going to end up talking to Early Learning Coalition. They're waiting to come in from the green room. But I want to thank you for coming in, Cindy. And what else? Oh,
Let me show
Mother's
you
Day.
just really quick.
Yes,
This
yes,
is
that's
Mother's
right.
Day.
Mother's Day. Talk about that.
Mother's Day, really quick before I rush out. On Mother's Day at the Forest Hills community at their memorial funeral
Park-
home.
Yeah, and the Butterfly Garden.
They are in the Butterfly Garden. They are having a Mother's Day butterfly release, memorial butterfly release.
May
And that is
13th.
May 13th
Right.
at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
They're asking you to RSVP by May 7th, but I was honored by Miss Karina Denesi to come and speak to the mothers who have experienced the loss, just to kind of bring a message of hope. So I am sure that if there are other mothers out there that would like to come out that day with their family and hear many messages, not just my own, of hope. And actually there's going to be a butterfly release, so I think that is going to be amazing, and I know that I will probably have lots of tears, so
Yeah.
hope to see you guys there.
I feel it in my heart right now. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Because can I keep this?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Here, you keep
So-
it. I'm just going to take a picture of it.
Okay, yeah, lots going on with Brianna Cooper's Heavenly Smiles Foundation. Thanks to Cindy Cooper, and Brianna's sister is Brylie Cooper. Thanks for coming in. And we'll make sure to remind everybody of these events and post them on my Facebook page, The Martin County Difference.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, anytime. It's my pleasure. Love seeing you.
Love seeing you.
Thank you for your strength and your courage. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
Absolutely.
Good night.
Good
All right.
night.
Now, time to go do your homework.
Thank you so much.
All right. And next, coming up in the studio is Early Learning Coalition. And they are a fabulous organization, and they are going to be here to talk about what they do. And their event coming up is Touch a Truck. Come on in, Migdalia. So the interim CEO, she's been an interim CEO for quite a while. I said, you're almost like the real CEO, is Migdalia Rosado. Go ahead and put on your earphones, thanks, and just scoot on up to the microphone. And with her is board member Will Laughlin. And thank you both for coming in tonight. I really appreciate it. And just roll on over the cord. Thank you. You're welcome. And I'm so excited. Lisa Holland is a friend of mine who turned me on to you, and last year was going to try to have you on, but unfortunately we were all booked. And I was like, Lisa, I don't have any room left. I'm sorry. So this is your 4th year to do this. So I was like, well, get them in here now this time. So tell us all about Early Learning Coalition and how you got started with Touch a Truck and what it's all about.
Okay, well, the Early Learning Coalition, we're charged with administering the school readiness and VPK program for income-eligible families in the state of Colorado. We serve 3 counties. We serve Indian River, Martin, and Okeechobee counties. The Touch a Truck event will be in Martin County, and this is a board fundraising event for the organization.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn it over to
And
our
Will is on the
vice chair.
board. So
Yes.
did you think this up, Will?
Well, it wasn't my brainchild. When I first came on the board, one of the first days I was on the board, I was able to meet Lisa Holland, and but then the executive director told me about this Touch Truck event, and here we are 4 years later. So-
That's amazing. And the event is, as Lisa described, it's a hands-on, kids, families, even the parents enjoy it, to be able to have different kind of trucks, to see, blow the horn, climb up on it, if it's a fire truck, if it's a dump truck, maybe pretend they're working the gears. I don't know if they let them really do anything with the ignition off, but it's so exciting because think about all the little trucks in the toy stores. I always buy my little nephew's trucks. Dump trucks,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
You get trucks. And so, how exciting where is this going to be? Where can people come find this?
A good question. This is going to be at the Martin County Fairgrounds in Stewart.
Okay.
Okay, and like you mentioned, all those trucks, there will be some interaction. They will have opportunities to interact on some of the trucks. some of the vendors and are very good about allowing the children to basically go all
Climb
over
all
the
over,
machine. Yeah,
right.
you'll hear horns.
You might
and-
have garbage trucks, you
Yeah.
dump trucks,
Yeah.
and then the personnel are there to answer questions, right?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I
Yes,
mean,
we
and
are.
the
We have
actual,
fire trucks
the
and
vendor,
kids
the
love fire
firemen are
trucks.
there,
Yes.
police car trucks, are there police cars involved at all, or sheriff's
yes.
cars?
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
okay,
There are
cool.
some police
So it's not just trucks strictly.
Right.
No.
There'll be
No.
some cars there. There was even like a armored personnel carrier, like
Oh.
a tank kind
Oh,
of a thing
sure.
that the one group brought in last year. I'm not sure. I didn't double check the list. But there's also a cement mixer.
Oh,
where
fun.
The kids can. It's like one of the bigger ones that have the boom. And they can operate the boom,
Yeah.
and they'll
Oh.
be tinkering with that. And then usually. That operator of that truck will allow the kids to try to knock over cones and various things.
Oh, fun.
I've been to a game.
And this is on April 1st, so no April
No.
fooling.
It's April 7th.
Oh, April 7th.
April 7th from 10 to 2.
Whoops, I have the wrong one.
Yeah.
It
It's
says
on April 7th.
April 7th,
From 10
okay.
to 2.
There we go. So it's the same day. Get your run in, your walk in the morning early at 7 a.m. out on 96th Street with Cindy's event. And then from 10 to 2, you can go touch a truck at the fairgrounds right on A1A. On A1A, yep. That sounds great. And so this is a fundraiser for your coalition.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And your coalition works with pre-kindergarten, right?
Yes, we
to
do.
make sure you're
Well, they're school ready.
they're school ready.
School ready.
Yeah, because I remember that's the biggest day in your life when you're going to kindergarten. And I didn't get any training ahead of that. I just went,
Yeah, no, me too. They didn't have anything.
They didn't have anything
Back
like
in the
that.
60s, it was like, okay, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yep,
Here's your
yep,
lunch.
yep, exactly.
Go have fun.
Right.
And I got there, and it was just, I'll never forget it because it's really, I think it's one of those, like, for my husband, the best day of his life was the day he got his boat, and the next best day is the day he gets rid of the boat. Right? So for me, the first day of kindergarten, any first, that's a real first, because it's your first time away from home. And I did go to nursery school. So, and most of these kids, have they been to nursery school too?
Right. Our population is from 0 to 5, and we do have some school agers that we also serve. in Some
Okay.
of the after-school programs.
Okay.
So the subsidies does also.
Oh, that's
go to
good.
Some of those children
And
as
where
well.
do you have a meeting place for them? For what kind of socialization skills or readiness do they get? What are some of the
Well,
things?
we have, we contract with providers.
Okay.
That provide that services. So our organization is more administrative, so we,
Oh, okay. You
the
oversee.
Yes, the clients come in to meet for eligibility requirements.
Okay.
And then, they said they have a choice for which provider they want to take their children to, because there is parent choice.
Okay.
Parent choice.
And so-
we don't, have per se a daycare center in our location. We
Mm.
contract with the providers
I
in Martin
see.
County, in, Indian River, and in Okeechobee County to provide that service for the children.
Well, the most amazing thing is you've got the tri-counties.
Absolutely.
That's an amazing array of people out there, and a lot of people. How many people do you think you serve, or families?
I want to say on a monthly basis, a little over 2,000
Ooh.
families. And that's just in school readiness, and we have about another 2,000 in voluntary pre-K, which is
Okay.
a state-funded program.
Wow. Are they getting educational kind of or is it kind of like, don't bite?
Oh, no, there is curriculums that they follow as well. Yes,
Okay.
there is a curriculum.
Are there language issues that you have to deal with too? Some of the kids show up not English speaking.
Yes, we do have
Yeah.
some of those children as well, so our providers are equipped with being able to address those issues with the children.
Well, that's good. And so I was trying to remember, I was like, it made it think, there's a real estate term, HELOC, for home equity line of credit.
Yes.
And that's all I could think of. But it's an interesting, it's almost like ELMO, but it's ELCIRMO. ELCIRMO, which stands for Early Learning Center.
No, Early Learning
It's Coalition, excuse me, Indian River, Martin, Okeechobee.
And Okeechobee Counties.
Yeah, and so it's ELCIRMO.org is your website.
Yes,
Right.
it is.
And you have a Facebook page because I went on it today.
Yes.
And
Okay.
everybody remember to go and like the page, and it's Early Learning Coalition. And it will say, it drops down, it says Martin,
Indian River,
thank you,
Martin,
Indian
and
River's
Okeechobee.
first. Yeah, I have to try to remember. It's alphabetical,
Yeah.
really.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
You think about it.
IRMO.
IRMO. There we go. Indian River, Martin, and So, have you been to the event when you have this event? Have you been to the Touch a Truck?
Myself?
Yeah.
Absolutely, every year.
Oh, how fun!
I'm personally there.
How about you, Will?
Oh yes, I've been there every year. It's a board function. The board members are the ones that really put it on. It's the way the kind of the restrictions that the government puts on, that the employees, if they want to volunteer to be there, they can. And we have a great staff, and many of them do volunteer to be there, but they're not really the ones that
It's
are
not
in charge
mandatory, right.
of putting it on.
Right.
So it's kind of the board's responsibility.
Right.
And like I said, I happened to walk onto the board a couple of days before the first event, and it's been a lot of fun. I've seen it grow a little bit. You also have, besides trucks, you'll have like Home Depot will be there and a few other entities that will give different projects for the children to work on.
Oh,
so you'll see
fun.
the one year we have kids hammering away.
Oh yeah,
on
building
different
birdhouses and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
Activities.
Activities.
Activities,
They are
great.
activities.
And how many
Children.
board members do you have?
We have currently 18, actually 17, because we're short
you're
one at the moment, but
and-
we do have 17 board members.
that's
We
good.
have some members that are mandated in statute, and we also have private sector, which Will is one of our private sector members.
Well, I commend you for doing that. It takes time, and it's a nice thing that you can give back to the community that way. Do you have children of your own?
No, I don't. But one of my first jobs, way back in the day, years ago, was working at a daycare center, Peter Panda Daycare. And you know, the people that are these providers back then were very good people, and the providers that we have today, most of the owners and staff that I've met are very good people. These are quality individuals that are, you know, striving. A lot of them are small business owners. They're really struggling to make sure they do everything right, and that's where the Early Learning Coalition comes in. We help work with these providers. We basically partner up with parents, providers, and the community to help them facilitate their programs.
That's good. So kind of helping them too with guidelines maybe, or the things
Oh,
that,
yeah.
Absolutely.
things they could do better, or what they're already doing, improving on that.
And providing technical assistance. So we have a department that provides technical assistance to the providers.
Okay, and when you say technical assistance?
Technical assistance is in classroom management, setup,
Right.
and other areas. Like if there's a child that might have a behavioral issue, we have to have staff that goes in and be able to work with the staff member on some areas on how to address some of the issues, and
Right.
you know, be able to provide some referrals as well.
Okay,
for
well,
the
like
children.
Tykes and Teens or something
That's
might
right.
come involved and with the family level
Right,
there.
it becomes available, yes, absolutely.
Well, good. And now, do you need more board members?
We always need board members.
And so-
always need private sector board members. Our mandated members are mandated in statute, but private sector members, we always need board
So
members.
can they give you a call at the main office number?
Absolutely.
And tell us that number.
It's 772
Yeah,
220-1220.
right. And I spoke to you there today. And you can go on the website as well and read all about it, all about them, and it's for parents too,
Absolutely.
as well as providers.
We
So
do
to
have a lot of
find out,
resources on
right,
the
to find
website.
out more about it, definitely go to the website. And you have a Facebook page too, right?
Our website?
Yeah,
Yes,
well, the website and a Facebook
Your
page.
organization does have a website,
Right.
a web Facebook page as well.
Yeah, because the website I said is elcirmo.org. That is ElCirmo. I love it. It's like, it's just a cute name, ElCirmo.org. And then your Early Learning Coalition, not easy to say, is
ElCirmo.
is a Facebook page. And so I went on and liked it today, and I called Will and I said, now Will, you don't know me, but I'm going to ask you to give me a like on my Facebook page. I'm going to send you a friend request, because that's how this show spreads. And I explained to you, because you're not personally on Facebook, but your center is, your coalition is, and it really makes a difference. And to tell your followers, your audience, to listen to the show. And so this show will last on this Facebook page, and I can share it to your page, or you can share it. So it's something interesting for them to see afterward, and it's a podcast, and it's on YouTube. So the more we share, the more we learn, the more we grow, and that's what it's all about. And who are some of the trucks that will be there this year that you know of? There's going to be fire support, right?
There's going to be fire support. Mansell will be there, and they will also have a bulldozer and a front end
Mansell.
loader.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
Mansell. They do complete site work. And we also have, of course, we talked about the fire truck, a police car, a dump truck.
Oh, fun.
And we're going to have a lowboy from Ranger Construction, as well as a tug and fuel truck from Jet Center.
Oh, wow.
As well.
Oh,
So
my
just
goodness.
to name some of the few, and I know Truly Nolan will be there with her mouse car.
Oh, they have a
As well.
mouse car?
They do have a mouse
Oh,
car.
how funny. That'll be cute. The kids will love that, a
Yes.
mouse car. Kind of like
There's
the
a lot.
Oscar Wiener.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's so funny when they make a car into an animal.
So
or
yeah, this year we're
a hot
going to
dog.
have UPS truck there as well.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. And also with the personnel from UPS probably. I mean, these are career choices for these kids. And that's the other thing. When I was a
Yeah.
substitute teacher for like 5 minutes here in Martin County, and the first thing I went to was a career day, and it was for elementary school. I'm like, seriously? You know, but they love to know what they're going to do in life.
Sure.
And, you know,
Yeah, I mean, who knows? They could want to be an astronaut. It could be anything.
they can be
You know?
anything. That's
Yeah.
right. And that's when they first learned about it. And
It's all about exposing them to the possibilities.
absolutely, absolutely. And I thought it was great that they did that at the elementary school where I was. I think it was Crystal Lake, and they had the sheriff come out there with the sheriff's car. They landed a helicopter out there. Oh my goodness, it was so exciting. Put a couple little naughty boys in handcuffs. I was like, wait a minute, coming back to class with me. But anyway, that was amazing because they all had their jobs already. One wanted to be a line leader, and I'm like, I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah.
And so I got in trouble with the kids because I let somebody else do that kid's job, and I'm like, you're 7, what? Like, it was amazing. So it was crazy. So the kids you deal with are a little younger than that.
All names,
Yeah.
we do.
So
But, when they come out to touch a truck, we do have all our ages because they come with siblings.
yeah, the sisters
So,
and brothers and
sisters and
everything.
brothers,
And I bet they
absolutely.
really look forward to it. How many
They
people
do.
did you have last year?
I want to say we had around 2,000 people last year.
Wow. About somewhere in that range. That's amazing. So get out there. Is it free, by the way? Is it free? Or is there a donation?
It's free for any child under the age of 2.
2. Okay.
And there's $5.
$5 donation to come in
Right.
for anyone over 2. Okay, I'll be $5 for me. Well, I think that's great because the money goes back into Early Coalition, and the money from Early Coalition goes back into the community. Yeah, because how many volunteers do you have? You have lots of volunteers?
We have quite a number for this event that are going to be volunteering.
Mhm.
I'm not quite sure of the exact number.
Usually
at
we
this
get
time.
some, there's several people that come from Faith Farms Ministry.
Oh, sure.
They have a whole group that comes out there, and then usually get a handful of board members to participate. So we usually get about 15 to 20 volunteers. And you know, while I have the mic for a second, I want to do a little hat tip to our sponsors. We already mentioned Mansell, but
Yes,
we
please.
also have Martin Memorial Health Center and also Geico. You'll see the Geico Gecko. She'll be out there. And then KW Reckoning and Dr. Rosie Alves and Truly Nolan, we mentioned, that
The
little
mouse car. Yes.
And Macaroni Kid is another one of our sponsors. So
And you'll have vendors out there. You're going to have food, or will they be having hot dogs or anything like that for the kids? Or
well, there'll be usually there's been a couple of vendors, like little trucks that will
Yeah.
pull up. I see we have a couple this year. There'll be Papa John's has been there every year. So
oh,
they'll have
cute!
a pizza option.
Little pizza.
But and then the let's see, Mi Cabana will be there, and
Okay.
they usually have all kinds of interesting things. And you know, I don't know if they'll have hot dogs, but they might. But, they always have good food. So.
Pizza's good. And Casco Tools, that's a friend of mine owns that. Casey, he was in Dancing with the Martin Stars with me a couple of years ago. And what? He better be there. I heard that, Lisa. Lisa got me roped into doing Dancing with the Stars. Lisa's in charge of a lot of people doing a lot of things. She's the secret weapon behind the
She's
scenes.
a puppet master.
She is a puppet master.
She pulls the strings.
She does. But that's how I got this show started. I didn't get a chance to tell you that. I don't know if Lisa told you, but I did Dancing with the Martin Stars in 2016. And they said, oh, and not only do you have to learn to dance, you have to raise a lot of money. And I was like, oh, okay. So I decided to just start blasting it on the airwaves, and I raised over $38,000. Yeah. So you too can raise money on the radio. And I didn't get in trouble with mail fraud or anything. It was for a good cause. It was a 501c3. And that's what the show became. It's all about 501c3 organizations like yours. And, for instance, Brianna Cooper's Heavenly Smiles Foundation, who do such wonderful things for our community. Whether it's out of a tragedy or something negative, it always comes back positive to the community. And that's it. Just make a difference, make it happen. And my hashtag for this year and going forward is try kindness. We need more kindness in the world, I think. And I think what you're doing is so kind. I think it's wonderful.
Right.
And I can't wait. I want to try to come to that. That's next weekend after Easter, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Okay.
April 7th.
April 7th,
April
Saturday, 10 to 2. So don't forget. And how can people find out? Do they have to sign up for it or just go?
Well, we've advertised it on Macaroni Kid. We have banners out by the fairgrounds. I believe there's a banner at up over the Roosevelt Bridge as
Oh,
well.
wow. Okay. Well, and all of these trucks, you've got this listed. So you've got Big Johnson Concrete Placement. They're a
Right.
big concrete truck.
They usually
Yes,
have the
they are.
boom truck.
My goodness. And
They-
Brenner Oil Company, so big oil truck
Mhm.
is coming?
I'm not sure.
Possibly?
Possibly.
Lisa's
Yeah.
shaking her head.
Yes, yes.
If you're on
I
that
think there
list,
might be a new one this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems to
Casco
be the one.
Tools, Ingle Coolers, Florida Fish and
Yeah,
Wildlife.
and Florida
Yeah.
Fish and Wildlife has, I don't know if they're gonna bring their airboat this year, Lisa, do you know if they're bringing their airboat? They did last year and a
Cool.
dog too, so the kids were having fun with that one.
How fun. And Florida Fish, yeah, and then FP&L. Oh,
Yes.
the big
Bucket
electric
truck.
to the bucket truck.
The bucket
Oh, they get
truck.
to ride in the bucket?
No, they don't get to
Oh,
ride on
too
the
bad.
bucket,
No.
unfortunately.
No safety
They
harness?
don't. No.
Okay. And
No.
KW Wrecker Service, okay, and like you said, Mansell's, Martin County Correctional. Ooh, are they gonna have the, like, you're in jail car?
They might.
Anyway.
And Martin County Fire Rescue, Martin County School Board, so a school
A
bus.
school bus will be there.
They're used to
Absolutely,
that, but
yes.
that's cute, and they
Just
get to
like
open
that.
and shut the
They like
door,
to.
you know.
And beep the horn.
And beep the horn. And Martin County Sheriff's Office will be there. That's good.
Mhm.
And they'll have a cop car, I would think, you know, get them to turn on the siren and light.
Oh, yeah.
And Mashmeyer Concrete Company, another concrete truck. And Ranger Construction. Oh my goodness, who knows what that'll be. South Florida Water Management District.
Yeah, I hear they're bringing a swamp buggy.
Oh my
Oh, yeah,
goodness,
that'd be
a
fun. That's
swamp
a new one
buggy.
this year.
Yeah,
That's
that is
a new one. Oh, cool. And Stewart
Looking
Jet
forward to seeing
Center.
that one.
Very nice. And St.
Mhm.
Lucie Battery and Tire. Stewart Police Department. Oh yeah, I got that. And the Mouse Guard from Truly Nolan. And U.S. Customs and Border Patrol. Ooh, that ought to be a good one. Somebody on, and it'd be a boat. Okay, we hope.
Boat,
We
maybe.
hope. And UPS, United Parcel Services, you said, and Waste Management. Oh yeah, this is fabulous. This is a huge list of great trucks. Oh my gosh, so don't forget. And you do have the food trucks, Mi Cabana and Papa John's.
Sure.
Yeah, food trucks, that works for me. Pizza. And so your sponsors are Mansell's Tractor Service, Martin Memorial Health Center, Geico, KW Wrecking, Dr. Rosie Aviles, Truly Nolan, and Macaroni Kids. Thanks to your sponsors, that's really great.
Right.
And all the agencies and vendors that'll be there, 19 Sports, Dr. Rosie Aviles, Camelot Community Care, Geico, Home Depot, Hope Center for Autism, Macaroni Kids, Sexual Assault Assistance Program of the Treasure Coast, Stacy Hetherington Campaign, Louis Dreyfus Citrus Branch, YMCA of the Treasure Coast, and Young Living Essential Oils. Well, thank you so much for coming. Thanks to Cindy Cooper for coming in tonight for her events coming up April 7th also for her run from Brianna Cooper's Heavenly Smiles Foundation, and Touch a Truck. It's a benefit for Early Learning Center. So thank you, Frank and Richard, my husband, the audience, and thank you so much, Will, and thank you so much, Brigitte. I'm sorry, it's like trying to say it all too fast. Rosado, Migdalia Rosado.
Thank you, Julia,
Yes,
for
thank you
having
so
us.
much, and to
Thank
Cindy Cooper. Thanks to
Thank you so
everybody
much.
out there. Thank you so much. It was fun. See you next week. Listen to the podcast on the MartinCountyDifference.com. Next week at 7. See you then. Giving you an even more exotic name.
I always stumble with
I've been
names
on the
too.
one
I'm like, oh, well, that's
Well,
nice.
yeah, no one's ever called my name exotic, but thank you.
It is. Migdalia is very exotic. Well, I think this is
like-
great.
You sounded like pros. You've been doing it your whole life.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Good. You did a great job.
Thank you,
So
Julia.
much. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Nice to meet you. And this sounds like a lot of fun. Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter to you too.
Yeah, did you do it? Oh, not yet. Okay. Beth Ann is watching. Oh, good. Oh, yes.